Ableton Live 9 first impressions. Damn Facebook. Basically, what's really cool about it is right off the bat, it imported my Ableton Live 8 template, and I didn't have to set anything up, and my virus works perfectly. Um, I notice that the CPU kind of acts the same. I know the EQ8, it's double point precision floating point. It runs better, and it has. I'll get into that later. Um, so generally the layout is the same. The view is kind of washed out. I don't really like it. I'll change it later. But what I really like is the browser automatically imported my Live 8 library, which is cool. And then you can just add folders, and I added all my folders, my samples, my old vinyl rips, my old music rips, and my other multiple sample folders on different drives. Um, you don't need to you don't have the three um, anything browser things that you have on Ableton 8. You have them all here, which is cool. My my Yeah, the instruments obviously Max for Live. I haven't gotten to that yet. My plugins work very well, outboard and inboard, or in the box, I should say, um, and everything imported perfectly. I'm not. I'm using the 32-bit version, just for the sake of plugin ease. There's no discernible advantage apart from uh, more RAM being used. My Motu works well. One thing I've noticed is that if you cut a track, oh, it didn't do it there. If you have something in there, say, yeah, you do this, right? And then you cut, right? There's a little bit of a hang. There was more than that before. There's quite a bit of a hang, and I had a crash going through my sounds in here, which is scary. But generally, you know, right? Browsing through all the folders is very intuitive. And that's the first time I've ever said intuitive. What I really like is converting drums to MIDI. You can also do that while playing, which is fun. Um, it's kind of itchy as to how well it converts it. So we'll just listen to that now. Yeah, it thinks that bloop is the snare, but generally it preserves the groove, and it works pretty well. And then you can obviously, as for a bad sake of example, you can drop in a new kick, right? And you can get kind of creative, and it takes the swing. I haven't messed around with swing yet. It tells you the key. Oh, never mind. It doesn't tell you the key. Yeah, that's pretty fun. Ozone 5 still takes forever and a day to load up in this, and that's basically it. Really, I really like the glue. I have the glue as the VST. Um, that's how good this Explorer is, or Explorer, whatever it's called. Has amp changed at all? No. Yeah, one thing is I'm using the old version of my Ableton Live 8 template, and it imported that over, and you can just hit upgrade, and it'll upgrade to the newer um, compressor. And I like how you can see the physical gain reduction visually, and you can there's a wet dry, which is good for kind of New Yorky, the New York style, how you use the New York style compressor. Right. So yeah, that's basically it. Um, the new EQ, I like how um, you can audition the frequency you're kind of selecting, which is gonna help really well in mix downs. Also, the adaptive cue, adaptive you know the adaptive cue. Sorry, it automatically squeezes when you go up. If you have that off, it doesn't do that, like the legacy EQ8 and 7 and 8. But this is pretty useful, and I generally wish it would get tighter as you went down in the frequencies, but that's fine. Typically, you would have a smaller cue that way, in my opinion. Mid side still works, and the EQ has a frequency band or analyzer, spectrum analyzer in the background. So you can hear the changes you're making, which is pretty fun. What else? Ah, yes, the glue. This is uh, based off the SSL G series compressor. The Waves SSL and the glue are basically, these are all the same thing, but this is coded by Cytomic and Andrew Semper. Um, he coded this as well as the EQ8, and he really knows how to program stuff. So basically, what sets us apart from the Waves SSL is there's no apparent sound when you plug it in, which is good, right? And because as soon as you drop the SSL, it immediately starts affecting it, and you know, it's not too good. This is different, but it still has the same character, I should say. It also has a super fast attack. So what I would do is I would kind of move this down, adjust the threshold. Generally, you'd use this on your buses or your groups. Probably your groups, yeah. Um, it has an automatic release, which is fantastic. So you have a lot of gain reduction there, and you can make up, and you can clip it too. You would clip it for if you had a drum or a clap, you wanted to clip the transient, that's what you would select. It's kind of what they did on old mixing consoles. They would clip the snare or whatnot. And it kind of acts like a limiter stage, but it adds some like kind of a warm distortion that you can't really get otherwise. Right, and it sounds good. That's kind of not a good example, but you would have that on your groups, and it would sound pretty well, pretty good. Multiband dynamics. Have you changed? You have not. Yeah, basically, that is it for that. Yeah. Everything is still pretty legacy. But the big thing is the EQ is SSE E2 enabled, so it sounds better, and it's a lot quicker. There's not so much of a load on the CPU, and that is everything really. Yeah, uh, I'm gonna be, I'm probably still gonna be using 8 for a little while until this is updated. I had a crash just going through sounds, which is weird. They're all on the same drive, and it's an SSD. But who knows? Anyway, hope you enjoy it. Take care.